Just like Sneasel, Togetic has a gold and silver sprite that never came back. This time, it's yellow, for some weird reason. Togetic is one of the best Pokemon in GSC ZU. It is one of the very few fully evolved Pokemon that's left for ZU, and it makes damn sure it has an impact on the tier. In the tier's very early days, Togetic was considered the best Pokemon in the tier. It's not number 1 anymore, but it's still a very prominent Pokemon in GSC ZU. Togetic is a diverse, bulky, and strong Pokemon, and it's very easy to slap on teams. Togetic is able to blanket check a number of top threats and pose an offensive threat with its curse sets. Togetic's typing also grants it a ground immunity, as well as resistances to grass and bug. Togetic is quite difficult to KO without using explosion or stab super effective attacks. The few Pokemon who can threaten it, like Smoochum, take a huge amount of damage from Togetic's double edge. When the few answers to Curse Togetic are removed, this thing can easily sweep. Togetic can also branch out and use options that thwart these few checks. Coughing hates Psychic Togetic, while Onix can be threatened by Sunny Beam. Togetic isn't perfect, since its typing gives it problematic weaknesses and it's pretty slow, but it's a damn fine Pokemon. Let's further analyse the Happiness Pokemon. Togetic has fantastic stats by GSC ZU standards. Its base stat total is tied for the highest in the tier, with Croconaw, Bayleaf, Parasect, and Ivysaur. Togetic has high defense and special defense, as well as decent HP. Togetic is a fantastic Pokemon defensively, only being 4 KO'd by most of the tier's threats. Togetic is only 4 hit KO'd by Croconaw and Magby, the 2 best Pokemon in the tier. Without using stab super effective attacks or explosion, it's difficult to KO Togetic. Togetic is a good blanket check to a majority of the tier's offensive Pokemon, including Magby, Diglett, and Swords Dance Bayleaf. Togetic is also immune to ground and resists grass and bug. This makes it a solid pivot into Earthquakes from Diglett, as well as Hidden Power Ground from Magby and Weeping Bell. It's also one of the best answers to Bayleaf in the entire metagame. With Rest and Sleep Talk, Togetic is able to stick around and continue to check offensive threats. Rest also lets it absorb status moves from Pokemon like Butterfree and Bayleaf. Don't think of Togetic as purely defensive though, because it's a threat offensively. While Togetic's attack stat is pretty low, that becomes less of an issue when boosted by a Curse. Curse also boosts defense, letting Togetic handle Pokemon like Diglett and Doduo with greater ease. Normal Stab is amazing in this tier. GSC ZU has no Steel or Ghost types and only a handful of Rock types. While Curse Togetic is stopped by the common Onix, Onix's tendency to use Explosion on Croconaw or Bayleaf mean it is not always around to counter Togetic. Likewise, Haze Coughing can be worn down by Togetic itself. Curse Togetic is certainly the best win condition in the tier. Curse Rest Talk normals are incredible in every GSC tier, and ZU is no exception. With some good luck, it can easily sweep unprepared teams. Even teams prepared for it can be beaten late game. While Smoochum can outspeed and 2 KO Togetic, Smoochum is very poor at tagging hits from Togetic. Curse Togetic is able to set up on common Pokemon like Bayleaf, Butterfree, and Croconaw. Curse Togetic is incredibly easy to slap on teams because of the amount of offensive and defensive utility it brings to the table. Togetic doesn't always have to use Curseless Rest Talk sets though. Double Edge, Psychic, and Rest Talk is a solid set. Psychic 2 KOs Coughing, who is frequently switched into Curse Togetic. It also deals solid damage to Onix and Grimer, and more damage than Double Edge to Ivysaur. This set is difficult to switch into. Few Pokemon want to switch into Double Edge as is, and Psychic hits the few things that can. Togetic can also use a Sunny Day plus Solar Beam set. Solar Beam and Fire Blast are strong when backed by Togetic's high special attack, the latter especially when backed by Sun. This lets Togetic blow through Onix with Solar Beam, and Bayleaf, Weeping Bell, and Smoochum behind Sun. Sunny Day can also support Magby. The most common fourth move after Sunny Beam is Rest, which is paired with Mint Berry. This lets Togetic regain all its HP and shrug off any status moves in a pinch. Togetic can fit onto basically every GSC ZU team. It's just so good as a Pokemon, and using it has little downsides. easily the third best Pokemon in the tier, behind Croconaw and Magby. It sure as hell isn't flawless though. Togetic's typing gives it weaknesses to Ice, Electric, and Rock. Being weak to Ice is very problematic, given how good Smoochum is. The Electric and Ice weaknesses also mean Togetic is targeted by coverage Ice and Electric moves from Croconaw and Magby. The common Onix also walls Curse Talk Togetic and can use it as an opportunity to set up Sharpen. Togetic is also quite slow. It's outsped by almost every single Pokemon. It can be outsped and hit by Pokemon before it has a chance to react, which can make it worse versus the things it wants to check. These flaws are minor though. Togetic is a damn good Pokemon. Before wrapping up, history lesson time. When JCZO first came into existence, all the way back in December 2020, Togetic established itself as the number one Pokemon in the metagame. Period. It was very dominant in the tier's early stages. Togetic was bulky, Togetic was strong, and most importantly, Togetic could easily sweep you. Even with Wartortle, Quilava, and Poliwag being legal back then, people considered Togetic the best Pokemon. Togetic was even a decent answer to Poliwag, since it could tank a boosted attack and KO Poliwag in return. When Wartortle and Quilava were banned, Togetic remained the tier's top Pokemon. Then though, the first GSC-ZU Cup happened. When it ended in March 2021, this was the first time something other than Togetic could be considered the number one threat. GSC-ZU Cup was what showed everyone how good Croconaw is, with some considering it better than Togetic. As time progressed after this tour, people stopped considering Togetic the best mon altogether. People just realised it wasn't as good as they first thought, because of its issues with Onix, Smoochum, and more. Eventually, it went from the second best to the third best, as people realised how truly dominant Magby was. Togetic was not the best Pokemon anymore, but come on, it's still amazing. Plus, unlike Magby and Croconaw, Togetic can wave around the fact that it's been top tier since the very beginning of GSC-ZU.